Hey guys, today's video is going to be an all drugstore glam and also lots of chatting. I asked on my Instagram if you guys had any questions or if there were any topics you wanted to chat about. So I answered those throughout this video as well. So I'm not going to keep you any longer. I'm not going to ramble anymore. If you're new, please don't forget to subscribe. And now if you want to see this drugstore glam and do a little bit of chatting, then just keep watching. I'm going to start by priming my eyes, and I'm using the Milani eyeshadow primer. This is in the shade 01 Nude. I have tried this when I did that makeup swap with my friend Maria. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to put a little pop-up card right here so you can check that out. It's pretty fun. But I have been really liking this primer. Once you put it on, it's a little bit creamy, but then it has directions here on the back. You're supposed to let it set for 30 seconds. And once you do, it just kind of dries really nicely, and it's not overly drying either. So it's a really nice primer. I highly recommend it. I have been using it ever since that video, and I really like it. So one of my subscribers, her name is Crystal. She's my subscriber, but honestly, I feel like everyone here is my friend on my Instagram as well. Like, I don't like to call people like followers and subscribers. Like, yes, you are a follower of my page and you are a subscriber of my channel, but I like to call everyone a friend, whether I know you in person or not, because I feel more comfortable that way. So you're all my friends. So one of my friends, her name is Crystal, and she has been such a great supporter for such a long time. She saw my makeup swap video, and she really loved the palette I used in that video, and she ended up buying it. So she messaged me the other day and she was like, hey, are you gonna use that palette again? Because I bought it and I just want to have some ideas for like looks and whatnot. And I was like, yes, I actually have everything separated for this drugstore video, and I'm gonna use that palette because I really liked it. So this is the Milani Pure Passion, and this is a 12 shadow palette, and it's beautiful. So just to have a little bit of a starting base, I'm gonna go in with the shade Truth or Bear, and I'm going to blend that on my crease. And then to darken up my crease a little bit, I'm gonna go in with the shade Totally Fawn of You and blend that straight on my crease. And I'm actually using a Morphe M573. I really like this blending brush. And I'm gonna pick up the shade Spice It Up, and I'm gonna concentrate that on my outer corner, mostly on my outer half of the eye, and also bringing that a little bit on my crease. Then I'm gonna switch up to my Sigma Blending E36, and I'm just gonna blend that shadow in the same spot. This brush right here is such a game changer if you have hooded eyes like me. I really feel like all the blending brushes are too fluffy, too big sometimes, and this one, it's super tiny. I think I've already mentioned this before, but I use this brush every single time I do like a more elaborate look, because it really helps like a whole lot. Okay, first one is from Natalia, and she asked, how do you and your husband find time for each other while having 2 kids and jobs? The answer is very simple and sad. We don't. My husband works and I don't work. I do this at home. What I mean by this is, like, I don't always make money doing this, even though it's a job. I hope that made sense. However, we don't have a babysitter and we don't really have a lot of help. So it's just the 2 of us watching the kids, and mostly me because, well, he's at work, it's just me. So it's tough. We don't have a lot of time together alone. It's just, we have to make the best of it. And, he tries his best to take a few days off and spend time with us, but it's just like a tough situation because he has to work. I can't demand him to not work as much because I don't work. So the bills are gonna still come at the end of the month. So it's hard. It's really hard. So the little time that we do have to each other and with each other, we try to enjoy And I don't know, I'm a very simple person. Like I like to say I'm simple, but some people might think I'm just boring. I'm just really exhausted at the end of the day. So I am honestly happy if he like picks up some takeout and we watch TV together or watch a movie or whatever. Like I don't mind doing that kind of stuff. Like I don't necessarily have to go out to do anything, like to have fun and enjoy my time with him without the kids. Like after we put him to bed, this is a little time that we have for each other. And we got to make the best of it, you know? Yes, it gets hard sometimes and it gets on, you know, it gets stressful because we want to spend time with each other. But, you know, it's life. And we got to tell each other, we got to keep reminding each other that the kids are not going to be little forever. So it's tough now, but one day they're not going to be this little and they're going to be in college and, you know, we're going to have all the time in the world for ourselves. And we're probably going to sit around and just miss them the whole entire time. But if I had any advice to give to someone about that, you know, spending time together or whatnot, I would say that making a schedule and making a point to actually hang out and just try to stay awake past the bedtime and, you know, do something different, eat something different. I don't know, if you enjoy a drink, like have a drink at dinner, you know, or after dinner or whatever. Make a point to do something, even if it's the smallest of things, different than you normally do when you're alone. Because that's what it's gonna get you through, you know, it's just gonna separate, like, oh, this is what I do alone all the time, so it's not really special. If you do one little thing different when you are with your husband, it doesn't matter how big or small it is, it will, for me, I'm just speaking for myself, I feel like for me, it makes such a huge difference. And it just makes it, you know, it's almost like, oh, we have to schedule to hang out, but life gets crazy and you actually have to. And once you plan everything out, your day and your night, it works out. And then you end up, you know, enjoying it and you don't have anything to stress about. And you can just enjoy each other and not worry about, oh, I have to do this, or I have to do laundry, or I have to do prep for tomorrow, or whatever it is. You know, it just makes it a little easier that way. So my camera overheated and I was just talking away and I didn't pay attention. So I started to cut my crease already. I'm using the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer and just kind of cutting that crease. To be honest, this is not the best concealer to do this, to cut your crease, because it does dry out pretty fast. So you kind of have to work fast. That's why I couldn't stop when my camera stopped filming. I'm gonna use the shade Pink Sand, which is a really pretty shimmery, like a peachy, pinky shade. The next question is from Jenny, and she asked, how do you feel good / pretty when you have no time / energy for hair and makeup? I used to get really bothered if I didn't have time to do my hair or to do my makeup, or, you know, bother in a way that like I would feel less of myself. And I'm not saying that's your case. I'm just speaking for my own personal experience. So I used to get bothered if I didn't have time to get myself together, or the way that I envisioned in my head. So to be 100% honest, once you become a mom, especially of multiple kids, I feel like your standards have to just lower a little bit, and your expectations have to lower as well, because you're really not gonna find all the time that you would like for yourself. And that's just an honest truth. I'm gonna take the same pencil brush and I'm gonna take the shade Heat Is On, and I'm gonna pack that on my outer corner. You're not gonna have the time to do every single step that you would like, or something. It's always going to be missing. So I personally, for myself, and this is just what works for myself, I stopped trying to go through all of those steps in my head. Not only I try to find products that are easier and effective for, you know, when I'm on the go or whatnot, but also I feel like I changed my mentality. I look at myself and I say, hey, I took a shower today. I brushed my hair. I brushed my teeth. I washed my face. I put some moisturizer. I'm good. You know, like, this is what we're gonna work on today, you know. You just kind of have to, and I say this like in a very loving way, like you have to forgive yourself for not, you know, meeting that standard, or like, you know, looking like a supermodel when you get out of the house. Like, you have to forgive yourself for that. First of all, you don't have to look like that. And second of all, you're just doing your best. You know, you have to just look at yourself and be like, hey, it's okay. Like, you don't have to, you know, let go and, or like not care about yourself. That's not what I'm saying. But I feel like we really put so much pressure on how we are supposed to look that we just forget that we look like this, and it's okay. You know, it's okay not to have time to do your makeup. It's okay not to have time to do your hair. It's 100% okay. Yes, I would like to do my hair and makeup every day. That would be great. And sometimes that consists in just brushing my hair, or making a bun, or putting in a ponytail, and or like wearing a hat. And then my makeup consists in, I don't know, just having a little bit of concealer, some mascara, brushing my brows, and having a little lip balm or whatever. You know, I have learned to be happy and forgive myself with whatever I have time, you know, because I put so much pressure, and we all do. And I feel like that kind of ruins everything for us, because not only we become unhappy, but as soon as you know, if you have the expectation, you're gonna leave the house disappointed every single time. And I don't want to feel like that. So I just stopped putting that pressure on myself, and it's very freeing. It's very, I don't know, you just feel more real in a way. I don't know. Even if you miss that about the whole process, and you miss looking a certain way, it's okay. You're gonna get there. You're gonna get back to it. I promise you. I promise you. You know, forgive yourself for that, for not having the time to put on yourself, to spend on yourself. It's okay, because you will be able to do that again. You know, once you get into a routine and your kids grow up a little bit, you will find the time. Believe me, you'll find the time. I'm finding the time right now. I have loads of laundry to do. I have things to do, but hey, this is what makes me happy. So I am also putting this first, as opposed to just doing housework or whatever. I'm so sorry if this video is like so choppy, but my camera literally keeps overheating every 5 minutes, and it's driving me nuts. Anyway, I started to do my eyeliner. I'm using the e.l.f. H2O Proof Eyeliner Pen, and I really like this. It's really dark, and it dries like really matte. So I highly recommend this. And I don't know about waterproof, because I already see like running a little bit on this eye right here, but I have really watery sensitive eyes. So even then, I feel like it's worth the purchase. So I actually really like this. And don't forget to shake. You have to shake this before you use it, otherwise it doesn't come out as like pigmented. For mascara, I'm gonna use this CoverGirl, and I'm not using the waterproof. I'm just using the regular formula. So the other question that I got was from Sylvia, and she actually asked me a question in Portuguese. She asked me how long I've been here in the United States and where I was born. I was born in Curitiba, which is south of Brazil. It's a pretty big city. I was born and raised there, and I lived there until I was 18. And then after that, I moved to São Paulo, which is an even bigger city, and that's where I started modeling and working and whatnot. So I moved away from home when I was 18 to live on my own and pursue that. And then from there, when I was 20 years old, I moved to New York. So I went to New York through like an agency, a modeling agency asked me to come and like, you know, try it out, see how well I would do, you know, working in the market here. So at first I was only supposed to come and stay for 3 months, which is like the standard contract that most agencies have when they bring a model from a different country or city or town, whatever. So then I was working very well and I adapt pretty well. So I wanted to stay more and more and more, and then I just ended up staying for all this time and moved here fully. Like I left everything in Brazil and fully moved here. So I have been here for 15 years now. I'm going to be 35 in a few months. So 15 years. It's been a long time. And I couldn't be happier. I'm so happy that I took this chance. And I don't know, it was terrifying because I didn't know anybody when I moved here, but my mom, she was such a great supporter. She was like, you have to go, you have to just go. And I was like, Mom, I don't even speak English. And she was like, who cares? Just go. If anything, something is terrible, you can always find a phone. You can always call me and I'll bring you back home. I don't care what I have to do. Like, you always have your home here. So, she was so like supportive, and she actually made me believe I could actually do that. And she was like, I was thinking like, oh, you know, it's not that bad actually. Like, yeah, I think I'll be okay. Because she was so convincing, like so supportive. I'm sure that inside she was like crumbling, because I can only imagine telling my kids now to do that. I would be like, yeah, no, you're gonna stay here. But you know, she just wanted something better for me, and I totally get that. So I'm very thankful that I had her in my life the way that she was, and the way that she pushed me to do things, even though I was terrified. And I'm very thankful that I actually came and like I believed in myself enough to come here, you know. So yeah, it has 100% changed my life. So I'm very grateful that I listened to my mom. So I'm using the Allure Luxe Silk, and this is really pretty and fluffy, and I think it's perfect for when you do like a wing liner. So I'm just gonna quickly glue these in and shut my camera off for a few minutes so I can go on with this tutorial. So I'm gonna do this off camera, put the lash on, and then I'll be right back. So I need to leave this lash alone and let it dry because it's still very sticky. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my lower lash line to match this eye right here. First, I'm gonna go in with the Catrice Light Correcting Serum Primer in Candlelight. If you have this primer, please don't forget to shake it, because it's not going to come out right if you don't shake it. And then again, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Cosmetics 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I'm using the shade Medium Sand. You gotta work pretty quick with this because it will dry on you fast. So another question I got was, do you want more kids? The answer is very simple. No, I don't. I really don't. I made a point to, you know, talk to my husband about this, and he agreed with me that 2 is a lot. And unless we had a whole lot of help, then maybe I would change my mind. But since we don't, I feel like things could not be any crazier or even expensive, or, you know, it's just, I can't imagine adding one more kid to the mix. But not only that, I don't know that I would like to go through another pregnancy, to be honest. I didn't have terrible pregnancies. My last pregnancy was a little bit more challenging because my body felt it a little bit more than the first time. The first time was like a breeze. The second time I was sick every day for a long time. I felt so much pain like throughout my body and my back and all that kind of stuff, and I just felt like crap. I gained a lot of weight and my knees hurt. Like, you know, I don't know that I wanted to put myself through that again. So yeah, I don't know. I am pretty set in stone with the idea that I don't want more kids. In my waterline, I'm going to use this Rimmel Scandal Eyes waterproof eyeliner, and this is in the shade Nude. For my lower lash line, I took the shade Heat Is On, and I just brought this with a pencil brush all over my lower lash line and blend that in. And then I'm going to take a fluffier blending brush in the shade Totally Fawn of You, which I used on my crease, and I'm going to blend that in on my lower lash line. And then the last thing I'm going to do is just apply a lot of mascara on my bottom lashes. Okay, I know this looks really, really bright, but I'm going to put foundation on top, so it's going to be all okay. So I'm going to be trying out the Rimmel London Lasting Finish 25-Hour Breathable Long Wear Foundation. And this is in a shade Soft Beige. I like the coverage. It looks really nice on. It doesn't have like a flat matte finish, which I like as well. But I don't know if I love the smell of it. Another question I got was, how do I deal with anxiety and just stress in general? It's really funny that I've been wanting to talk about this for a while, but I mean, I've opened up a long time ago that I have had anxiety since I was a teenager. But lately, I have been watching ASMR videos. I don't know if you guys are familiar with ASMR videos. It sounds like it's something naughty, but it's not, I promise. So ASMR videos are basically those kind of videos that are whispered, or there's a lot of like very soothing sounds like tapping or like paper crinkling, or they have those like big fluffy microphones, and they kind of like fluff up so you have that like the sound is just like, or like when you scratch your arm, or it's just like really all kinds of sounds that are so soothing. My favorites are the ones that are a lot of girls do, like they do their makeup, but they do it in ASMR style. So they just whisper through everything. And I swear I have been watching these videos before I go to sleep, and they are so relaxing. They put you to sleep within 2 seconds, and I have such a hard time falling asleep. And no matter how tired I am, I have, because of my anxiety, I have too many thoughts always. And I feel like watching ASMR videos have helped me so much. It's just something soothing, and it's not necessarily naughty. Like, there are all kinds of artists out there, obviously, just like in any other, you know, community, but you can find people doing ASMR just about anything. Some people do it, you know, like I said, in a makeup tutorial form, or some people do it as like, what's it called? Like they do unboxings, or they talk about things, or they read poetry. Like, there are so many things. Or there's people like eating, like it depends. There are so many different sounds, and there's so many different triggers. That's what they call. So you have to find whatever you like best, and then once you find it, you just kind of I just watch it and just relax. I love watching people whisper and it just like relaxes me and puts me to sleep. So I love watching makeup tutorials, ASMR style, and they really relax me. And whenever I feel like I am having a hard time, if I can't, I put some headphones on and I, you know, listen to some soothing sounds and whatever like I prefer, like the triggers, like I said. And I don't know, I feel like that has helped me tremendously lately, especially falling asleep. And obviously I don't use headphones when I fall asleep because I have to have my baby monitor next to me, but still, even if you don't use headphones, I feel like you can benefit from that. So yeah, I really like that lately. It's been helping me so much. So this is a setting spray from e.l.f. It's a dewy setting mist. I've used this before and I actually like it, but I don't like the nozzle. So just be aware that it's very like aggressive on your face. But I actually like the setting spray itself. And it smells like coconut too. It's really yummy. All right, let's give some life back to my face. I'm gonna use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Another question I got was, how do I deal with the pettiness / drama in the beauty community? I feel like there's going to be drama anywhere, and no matter what kind of field you work on, there's always a drama somehow. If you work in an office, there's going to be drama. You know, if you play sports, there's going to be drama. It's just something that I feel like it's inevitable. I have learned to keep it to myself so much more than I used to. I know a lot of people and I'm, you know, friendly with a lot of people, but that doesn't mean they're my friends. I'm the kind of person that I can still talk to them and have a conversation, and not fully like open up to them, you know, just talk about something like a comment, like you find your common ground and you just kind of stay there. You don't go in too deep about anything. I am a very low maintenance friend. Like I don't ask for, you know, oh, I posted this, can you go like it? Or I don't know. I don't ask for it. If I have terrible views, if I have terrible numbers on my page, it's okay. Like Instagram sucks anyway, and it's tough for everyone, and I don't feel bad. You know, it is what it is. Like, I'll try again another day, or try another time, or whatever, you know. I just don't feel comfortable asking people to go, like asking people to support me, you know. And I feel like once I stopped taking things personal like that, my life has become 100 times easier in a way. Like, I don't know, I honestly don't expect nothing from anyone. And I feel like by living that way, I have made myself much more free of expectations and like what my friends are supposed to do for me or whatever, you know. I'm the kind of person that I can still support someone without having to shout from the mountaintops, you know what I mean? Like, just because I don't do that doesn't mean I don't support you, and that doesn't sit well with a lot of people, and that's okay. It's just what I have to do for me. I have to focus on myself. I have to work as much as I can, as much as I want. You know, I have to film whenever I find the time for, and that's already a lot of pressure. So I don't want to put that pressure on, I have to like this one's page or that one, or post this or post that. It's just like, I barely find the time to breathe. I'm doing the best I can. If you can't understand that, me being my friend and understand that for me, great. If you can't, it's also great. You know, I'm still going to support you. I don't take nothing personal anymore. For blush, I'm using this Essence Satin Touch Blush in the shade Satin Coral. I love this blush so much. It's so pigmented and so pretty on the skin. So this part is really personal. If you have been following me or, you know, subscribed to me for a while, you know I love glowy skin and a lot of highlighter. And this highlighter specifically is very intense. So if you don't like intense glow highlighters, stay away from this because it's insane. I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow in the shade Precious Petals. So just to conclude my thoughts about the beauty industry, I feel like people are just really jumping on this, and they really are trying to make a name for themselves, and that's okay. I don't blame anyone for that, for wanting that. That's not why I started this, but I have learned to not, you know, take things personal and still support the people that may have been in the industry for the wrong reasons. I hope that makes sense. So my camera overheated once more, of course, but it's okay because all I did was I lined my lips, and I used the NYX lip liner in the shade Peekaboo Neutral, and my lips are super chappy right now. So I'm not gonna use any lipstick. I'm gonna use this Rimmel London Stay Glossy Gloss, which is just like a nice pinky coral kind of gloss. Alright guys, so that's it for this drugstore video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what other items from the drugstore I should try, because whenever I do these type of videos, I feel like I don't have enough drugstore products. I do, but I feel like I don't. So let me know what else I should try. If there's something that you guys are loving, let me know everything in the comments, and I will love to know what you have been loving right now from the drugstore. And as always, if you like this video, if you found it helpful, and if you learned something new, please give me a thumbs up and share with your friends and subscribe, because it really helps my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.